Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. The summer season has officially arrived, and as we all look forward to spending more time outdoors, many are keeping their eyes on the sky, hoping for rain. For 3 straight days, the Lyric Theater in Swift Current was entertainment central for the annual Chautauqua Festival. Performers from across the prairies and as far away as Australia took to the stage. And as you head outdoors to enjoy a range of activities this summer, you're reminded to protect yourself from the harmful UV rays. Thanks for joining us here today. As we make our way through the middle of July, it's been a hot, dry summer across the Southwest. And according to Environment Canada, not much will change in the coming weeks. The summer season has officially arrived. And as we all look forward to spending more time outdoors, many are keeping their eyes on the sky, hoping for rain. The last several months have brought little to no precipitation for southwest Saskatchewan, and Environment Canada doesn't expect this trend to change anytime soon.
Essentially, what you see is what you're going to get. Temperatures across the province, we're looking at, they're going to be warmer than normal in July and August and into September. Not every day and not every week, but we think the flavor of the season ahead is going to be warmer than normal. A lot more American air coming northward. As the crops grow, there'll be more humidity in the air, but it's a question of precipitation. And we often in our forecast don't give you an indication of what precipitation is going to be for a 90-day period because it's just not that accurate. Well, unfortunately, we guess we see the runs of the models, and they're saying drier than normal. So, but, you know, we're not always right. We do change our minds. So my hope is that, hey, we will see some added moisture and be enough systems that come through to drop enough rain that keep it from being a very huge disappointment.
Meanwhile, for crop producers, rain would be greatly appreciated in the coming weeks to help with overall soil moisture.
Absolutely. I don't think we ever truly want to say no to moisture, especially in parts of the south. But of course, we have seen the impact of too much moisture in areas such as the east central and northeast right now that are dealing with a lot of flooding. So moisture is always ideal up until a certain point, of course. Once harvest comes along, we do like to see things dry up a little bit. But for the most part, I think we would continue to welcome any moisture we can get.
The short-term forecast for the Swift Current area is calling for hot and dry conditions to continue. The normal high for this time of the year is 26, with an overnight low of 12. The Lyric Theater in Swift Current hosted its annual Chautauqua Festival, with a number of entertainers taking to the stage. For 3 straight days, the Lyric Theater in Swift Current was entertainment central for the annual Chautauqua Festival. The lineup included an array of local musicians on the patio, showcasing their talents to the crowd. While indoors, performers from across the prairies and as far away as Australia took to the stage. Danielle Roy of Saskatoon brought her one-act play, The Wild Dog Waits on the Concrete Path, to the Swift Current audience. The multi-character and often comical performance tells the story of a young woman who travels to northern Saskatchewan for a job as a school principal, and the many challenges faced along the way.
It was written by Nathan Howe. We went to university together. He wrote it based off of a principal from northern Saskatchewan from a town called Jan Bay. So it's a fish out of water story. It's a young woman. She's 23 years old. She just got a job to be a principal at a school in a town where she really knows nothing about any of the ways that they run things in this small town because she's used to the big city vibes. So that's kind of what the story is about. It's kind of a metaphor. It's we think we have our life planned. We have this path that we're on, and this is how things are going to go, and these are the things I'm going to do. And then there's always, the wild dog waiting to make everything screwed up, and then you have to revamp your plan, right? So that's kind of, I think, the point of the title.
A production which Danielle is touring across the prairies, with her next stop scheduled for Winnipeg. A tour which embraces the importance of live theater.
I think live theater challenges us in different ways than like the movies and film, just because it challenges, as an actor, I find there's a challenge for us to, you're in there in the room, there's an intimacy to it, so you get to be there with me through everything, and like even the real mistakes, if something goes wrong on stage, it's really happening, and we get to go through that together. So I think there's an intimacy to it that I appreciate, and I certainly think is valid and important.
Chautauqua is a summer tradition in Swift Current, and now into its 11th year, the event is one which organizers look forward to.
Roots back to the history of the Lyric and the community. We used to have Chautauquas coming in and through the community. It's a long-standing tradition, and we're just trying to bring it back, that traveling show, like people coming in and enjoying a little mix of everything.
I think it's the festival atmosphere, the tradition, the local talent. We have great local talent coming out. We've got fantastic professional theater that we don't often get to see in Swift Current. So I think all of it just combined together with a fun festival atmosphere brings them back.
The Chautauqua Festival is held each July at the Lyric Theater, welcoming performers from the National Fringe Circuit. Wearing sunglasses while out in the hot sun should be part of your summer routine. We find out why in this report. The recent onslaught of hot temperatures is a welcome trend for many. And as you head outdoors to enjoy a range of activities this summer, you're reminded to protect yourself from the harmful UV rays.
Well, we tend to focus on the brightness. And when the clouds come in and it's a bit dull, we forget that the UV or the ultraviolet rays still do penetrate through the clouds, and those are the most dangerous ones and have the most effects on our skin, and are the predisposing factors for cancers as well as skin damage. And don't hang yourself out in the sun. A lot of people want to get a tan, or they say they're getting their daily dose of vitamin D. Actually, your daily dose of vitamin D only requires a very brief exposure to the sun. You don't need to be out for too long. The longer you're out in the sun or direct sunshine, the more risk you put to your skin.
Along with slapping on the sunscreen with an SPF factor of at least 30 or higher several times throughout your time in the sun, you should try to seek shade as often as possible to protect your skin and your eyes.
The eyes are very, very crucial components, and a lot of illnesses that come later on in life, especially glaucoma, cataracts, and things like that, even macular degeneration of the eye, are all related to a lot of exposure to sun. And so sunglasses is not just a stylistic thing. It's you should get good UV blocking sunglasses and wear them regularly in the outdoors, especially in our kind of summer where we do get a lot of sunshine.
Sunscreen is recommended to be reapplied frequently, especially after swimming. And be sure to check the product guidelines for the age appropriateness for children. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.